Okay, here's our course outline. And as you can see, our course outline lists the dates for each week of the course, our topics that we'll be covering each week, and then what work you have due by Wednesday and what work you have due by Sunday of each week. You'll also see when we look at topics that each week we will discuss an information literacy topic, a learner success topic, and a digital literacy topic. These have been identified as essential skills and knowledge to support your success in your program. And then you can see throughout the course outline, there's a couple assignments that we'll be working on weekly, or you'll be doing consistently throughout the course. For example, you'll be working in teams to create a team agreement in our first week. Then weeks 2, 3, and 4, you'll be working in a team Yammer discussion. And through those weeks, each team member will be taking on roles to start contributing to the team presentation, which will be due in week 5. Once everyone's slides are done by Wednesday of week 5 in the presentation, one team member will upload and share that presentation in VoiceThread, and then every team member will be going in and narrating their own slides, which will be due at the end of the week. A couple other things you'll be working on. There is a passport activity for this course, and for that activity you are going to be finding 4 activities through the college that will act as a journey to support your learner success. There's more information about your passport activity in our course. In the menu column, there's a link where you can access all the instructions and our class passport blog. But what I want to point out is you will have a blog entry due week 2, and you'll have a blog entry due week 4. And then in week 5, we get the opportunity to review each other's entries and comment. The important thing to remember is that you need to find activities that interest you and have 2 of them completed by week 2 and have 2 of them completed by week 4. So it will take some pre-planning on your part to not only find activities that interest you and are applicable to you and where you are in your program, but then also make sure that you get those done in time to share about them in week 2 and week 4. And then lastly, there's a couple other things we'll be doing each week, such as every week you'll have a journal entry that you'll be completing. And this really is one way that I'll be using to assess that you understand some of the content and the information that you're learning throughout the week. And then there'll be various other smaller assignments incorporated into each week depending on what we're learning about. All right, now let's go back to our course very shortly, and I want to point out a couple more things. Now that we're back at our course, I do want to point out Passport listed here in the menu column. And by clicking on Passport, you can see all of the instructions are listed here in detail. And I also want to point out that you can click on this PDF document to find ideas for activities. Within the instructions, there are also ways that you can find additional activities available specifically in the semester that you're taking this course. And then when you're ready to share about your experiences through blog entries, you just click here and you'll access our course Passport blog. And then the last thing that I want to point out to you is your team project or your team presentation. For this course, you can see that there's instructions for your team presentation. You can click there and you'll see in the instructions everybody's going to have a certain job that you're going to perform, and then there's also jobs that everybody will do to contribute equally to the presentation. The team presentation and the team discussions are going to be based primarily around a learner success case scenario. And this is a scenario I hope that you can relate to, as this would be a typical learner that could potentially be in your program. So you want to read this scenario before our course even starts, so you're really prepared and you have the right mindset moving forward as you start looking at our assignments. And then as you see here, I'm going to be assigning everyone to teams of 4, potentially 3, to work together in our course. I will assign the teams on the first day of our course because I know some students will be added or maybe even drop our course before the first day. For your team, you're going to also be given a Google Drive folder which will contain your team agreement and also a presentation template. You will also be given a Yammer discussion group. I will be emailing your team links to your Google Drive folder and also a link to your Yammer discussion group on Monday of the first day of our class. So keep an eye out for that email because those links will be very important because you'll be accessing that Google Drive folder and that Yammer discussion board group throughout our course. All right, that's all I have. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out.